I was watching a Scale of the Universe video recently. That's all I'll say.
I wonder what Marquez is doing right now. I could take a guess.
I close my weather app and open YouTube. Watch Scale of the Universe
Left
video.
ear Scale of the Universe video, right ear weather podcast.
Yo, what is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to another episode of the Waveform podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Marquez.
I'm Andrew.
And
oh, never mind.
yeah,
I'm not.
No, you're definitely not Andrew.
Yeah, he had another child.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I bury the lead there?
Yeah, just definitely jumped straight to the top story. So yeah, if you're watching on video, you probably already noticed Andrew's not here with us this week. And that's because he is having another baby. And actually, we were in the middle of recording a bonus podcast episode when he got the call that he had to go leave and have that baby.
Yeah.
So get subscribed to see that. I don't know how we're going to cut that into the video, but it's going to be in there.
On it. I'm currently editing
You
it.
just
Don't
like,
even cut it, man.
just bleep, but just like zoom in on Andrew's face like, yeah, no, I got to go have a baby now. And he just leaves. It's great. So shout out to him. The baby's healthy. Everything's going super well. But we also have a ton to talk about this week because for whatever reason, all of the companies decided to do all the things, and it's not even Wednesday yet.
It's Tuesday. It's crazy.
We're recording on Tuesday.
I appreciate it, guys.
So we got to talk about Google potentially bringing RGB light bar back to Pixel devices, which would be sick.
Yep.
Motorola suing some influencers in India.
Uh-oh.
It's a story.
That's bad.
And then Apple new CEO, a couple other things like that. So
Yeah. Small stories.
I think make sure you get subscribed. Make sure you're rating us highly or however you think of us on your podcast player of choice. Because that does a lot for us and helps us get the news out and talk about stuff to a bigger audience. So
we can be
appreciate
big
y'all.
in your country.
Yeah,
On your podcast player of choice.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, we do this, did they even test this thing every single week?
Yep.
I had 2 last week, so I saved one for this week. And I think that this is probably present in many different apps. You probably experienced this. But I was noticing I was making a partyful event because no one in history has yet used the Apple Invites app. So I was doing the partyful event. And at the very last stage of making your partyful event, when you're just about to send it out, it has a little like default text message that it sends to everybody that, hey, David's inviting you to this thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you want to modify it and make it custom? And I was like, obviously, yes. I don't want to be, like everybody else. So you write your stuff in it. But when you write your stuff, your keyboard comes up. There's no way to get rid of the keyboard. There's no back button. And there's no, like the next button, the publish button is underneath your keyboard.
This is an iOS bug, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried it on multiple iPhones. It persists. And I've had this happen in multiple different apps, but I just think it's funny that there's not even a back button and you can't swipe back to get to the last page. So you have to fully close the app, reopen it, and then modify it again. And eventually I just gave up and I was like, I guess the default text is just going out.
Is that why everyone sends the default?
I guess so.
It's weird. I feel like I want to half blame this on Partyful, but also half on iOS because on Android, there's just a button to close your keyboard on the keyboard.
Which is smart.
But also most iOS apps don't have this problem. So it's half an iOS problem, but also half the developer not just making it above the keyboard.
Yeah.
So both of you fix that.
Make the next button in the top right so that you don't have to worry about this. And also make a back button in the top left.
You know who has a lot of free time in his hands now to fix little things like this?
Adam Molina?
No.
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook doesn't use this stuff.
Yeah.
We'll talk about more. Actually, let's just talk about it now. Apple CEO Tim Cook.
Tim Cook. He cooked.
Has announced that he is stepping down in September and he will be moving to the board, chairman of the board. He will be succeeded as CEO by John Ternus. We all kind of have been reading that this is going to happen at some point. Everyone keeps asking, Tim Cook, what's your legacy going to be when you leave? And he's like, I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then, boom, it's now announced and official.
Even a month ago, he said, I have no plans on retiring anytime soon.
They do the Apple thing where they're like, I cannot speak about future products or events.
Boom.
And then it just happens. And we're like, you knew the whole time.
Yeah.
So many thoughts. I do plan on putting together a video, but this is a good sounding board. I want to fire some thoughts at you guys and see what you think. Okay. So first of all, Tim Cook's career at Apple, pretty goated as a company.
Pretty insane.
Like just as far as like people invest in Apple, they went from a sub $500 billion or sub $500 trillion company to a $1 trillion to a $2 trillion to a $3 to a $4 trillion company.
That's crazy.
This guy is good at steering that ship, supply chain wizard, shipping tons of products, creating tons of revenue, lots of services. So if you want to analyze Apple post Steve Jobs era as a company, they were a very successful company under Tim Cook. Very hard to succeed Steve Jobs, but he did that. But people are excited for John Ternus as CEO of Apple because John Ternus was the senior VP of hardware engineering. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to him about hardware many times. He is a product guy. Like he is into making good hardware, which is really exciting. You might have also watched the Tim Cook interview where I asked him about products, and it became very clear that he is not thinking about that stuff as often.
The magic mouse.
Yeah. You can see the gears turning in his head.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, first of all, what is a magic mouse?
Yes, absolutely.
And then second of all, what do I say about a mouse?
Yeah.
And the word he came up with was ergonomics. Nothing against Tim Cook.
Possible thing.
Yeah, like that's not it. Like it was kind of a meme. But so nothing against Tim Cook. Like he has his leadership style. It was very successful. But you could also kind of see the influence of, Johnny Ive leaving and like the sort of new design language of Apple products. I think the MacBook Pro is a really good example of the design language at Apple changing.
Yeah.
Going from being super thin and sleek, too thin for its own good and thermal throttling, and keyboard issues because of the butterfly switches, all this stuff, and now being like thicker, having real ports, being super powerful, and Apple Silicon, coming up and being super important. So a lot of good stuff happened under Tim Cook, but now I think it's even more exciting for product focus.
For sure. Yeah, we haven't really had a product CEO at Apple since Steve Jobs, which, it was only Tim Cook in between. So there's that. But Steve Jobs made a lot of interesting, weird stuff. And I think it would be cool to have more interesting, weird stuff. We had Vision Pro.
Yeah.
They possibly committed a little too hard to Vision Pro because Apple doesn't like to ship anything that it doesn't think is going to be a hit.
I've been thinking about this a lot. And like the companies that we cover, we talk about Google a lot. We talk about Samsung a lot here in the US. There's a lot of companies who ship a lot of products and famously kill them. Like the Google graveyard is immense. And these companies kill products for various reasons. Maybe they're just not scaling well. Maybe they're a total failure. No one used them. Maybe they're a negative impact on the company, whatever. But they kill products all the time. When Apple kills a product once in a while, it's like this huge deal.
Yeah.
Even when they only kill like a wireless charging pad they're going to make.
Yeah.
It becomes kind of lore.
Which they don't acknowledge until like years later.
Yeah, they're like ashamed of any little failure that they've had where they announced something and then it didn't work. Apple Intelligence is the latest massive, embarrassing failure.
Yeah.
So Apple doesn't really make that many things. And I was thinking about this analogy. I'm going to throw it off to you guys and see how it hits your ear. Mm-hmm. Samsung and Google are like YouTubers that upload every day. They're like daily vloggers.
Yeah.
They'll throw out a new thing. If it works, great. They'll throw out another thing the next day, and another thing the next day, and another thing. And you can never really get too hung up on if one of the things fails. And if something scales and does super well, great. We might do a follow-up of that.
Yeah.
We might do it again the next year.
Yeah.
But they're kind of just uploading all the time. Apple is like the YouTuber that uploads every 6 months.
Michael Reeves.
Or every 4 months, right?
Just like every couple months and just straight bangers.
And it's fine. It's usually bangers. They clearly spend a lot and like really commit a lot of the company and a lot of the future to it. And they have future plans and they're like, this is a huge commitment, blah, blah, blah. And they use that language too. They're like, this is revolutionary for us. This is a massive deal. And so when one of them doesn't quite hit, you can't hide because the next thing is months away, and you did just talk pretty grandly about it, and so it's kind of like a little bit embarrassing because so that's why I think they don't try as many different things that I want them to. I wish Apple made camera, a printer, a whole bunch of other random stuff that they don't make, like a HomePod with a screen. Like there's tons of stuff that I would like them to try, but they're not the daily uploader. They're like behind the scenes scheming for months on the big upload.
Yeah.
Is that a valid analogy?
For sure. Yeah. It's like the weight of your expectations. Yeah. I think Christopher Nolan could maybe be a good analogy for Apple because it takes a really long time for them to come out with a new thing. When they do, they try really hard to have some revolutionary, innovative thing. They're almost always bangers, but there's always a movie like Tenet that you're like, what is this for? Who is this for?
Shut the f up.
I haven't seen it, but
rules and you know it.
I haven't actually seen it. But that's the Vision Pro.
But it's not Interstellar. It's just not.
No, I mean, Interstellar is like the iPhone.
Yeah.
Tenet is the Vision Pro. Most people don't understand it.
Yeah, that's good. And some people will never try it and have just heard bad things about it, and they're like, why do I spend the money?
Like me. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because I don't necessarily foresee Apple shifting to trying a lot of new stuff again. It's it's the weight of your expectations. And because Apple has only shipped bangers generally, there have been some weird things here and there. People scrutinize the hell out of them when they don't ship good stuff. And there are like 1 million iPhones now. Like I was kind of thinking about this. They didn't necessarily expand into a ton of new product categories, but the products that they have sort of decided to fill that every price point thing like Samsung does.
It's so safe.
Yeah, it's very safe.
Yeah. Instead of making a folding phone and a flat folding phone and then a skinny phone and then a flipping phone like Samsung, they're just like, here's the iPhone and here's the other iPhone and the other iPhone and the other iPhone.
Yeah.
And that's Tim Cook's version of a variety of products.
And one could argue that there are almost too many SKUs of all of these devices at this point.
I think that's a fair argument.
I kind of think we have too many.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that the iPhone, what is the cheap one now? What is it called?
Well, there's the 17E, and then there's the base iPhone, and then there's the Air now, and then there's the Pro, and then there's the Pro Max, and then there's the iPad, and then there's the iPad Air, and then there's the iPad Pro, and then there's the MacBooks that kind of like start. The price ladder is real, and they do make a lot of money selling a lot of stuff, but it doesn't feel like a real variety.
Yeah, there was a really good Snazzy Q video a few weeks ago about how the Neo kind of destroyed the MacBook Air.
I like that, yeah.
Because, the Air, when it originally launched, was that manila folder, like it was breaking barriers, like thing. And now it's, it's thin-ish, but it's not insanely thin. And it's good, and it's got a bigger screen, but it's like more expensive in a weird way. And at this point, I think they need to lean into Ternus's hardware engineering background to actually like, if they're not going to expand into new product categories again, I would like to see them reinvent their current product categories they have. Make the Air like insane again. You know what I mean? And it's surprising that when the M chip revolution happened, they didn't actually take that opportunity to, make the Johnny Ive era of everything being omega thin, just like, a normal computer, but it's omega thin.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they went the thick boy MacBook Pro route because we're power users and we like to have that extra headroom. But, they have an opportunity now to make the MacBook Air super, super, super thin and still faster than the Neo.
Yeah. Yeah, there are so many, and this is as a product reviewer, you see a lot of this. There are so many products from Apple that shipped in the last couple, like 10 years, that are simply the same product with a new chip or like shuffling parts around the same couple of things. Yeah. So you'd review... and you see a lot of this language from Apple because they kind of also in press land like pretend other companies don't exist a lot of times. Yeah. So they'll say, this is our new product. It has this from our other product and this other thing from our other product. And now it's the new thing, even though it's using old things.
Right.
You're like, okay. iPhone 17e, they'll just go, it's the screen from this old iPhone and the chip from this other iPhone and the camera from this other iPhone. Yeah. And now it's a new phone.
Parts bed phone.
And that's Tim Cook genius at work because we are, supply chain maxing right now. That is what they do. So now they're a $4 trillion company, a little bit uninspiring, I think. They do have big swings every once in a while, but I'm excited for a little bit more variety potentially.
Yeah. Some people were also saying like now that Tim Cook is just sort of the chairman of the board, he can go do all the political things, right? Because it was always kind of weird to have him being the CEO and also having to deal with like the administration, all the stuff like that. Now the CEO of Apple can just focus on running Apple. And Tim Cook, because he's still sort of affiliated with the company, can go deal with all the politics.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. What the job actually is, because I didn't really get to ask Tim that, but I kind of just want to ask, like, what is running Apple like? Like, is John Ternus's job going to become way less input on new hardware and ideas and way more running Apple? Because that is part of the job. You got to do a lot of that sort of stuff. So I'm curious about that.
Yeah, Johnny Sarugi is taking over as head of hardware. He was the guy that he's always in the labs in the video talking about the M chip.
Yeah. Surrounded by Mac Pros.
Yeah.
and Pro Display XDRs.
Yeah, which the Mac Pros are. What are they going to do now with the Mac Pros gone?
It's just going to be Mac Studios.
Yeah, they look so much more impressive.
I know. They really do. They're great background video props.
Yes, they are, because they look really cool. But he's taking over as head of hardware, which is really interesting because, he's great at making chips, obviously. That's his thing. But the question is, like, do his hardware chops match up,
Yeah.
That's going to be really interesting to see.
Are there products that you wished Apple would make that maybe they have a better chance of making now that it's someone who's in charge of hardware?
I mean, I would love a camera.
Same.
They're not going to do it probably because I think that the camera market, like I think Canon makes most of its money on their super, super cheap cameras, right? Like the prosumer market for cameras is not that big.
Interesting.
And Apple, I believe, still uses Sony for its sensors.
Yeah.
Apple has they seem like the company that could start making their own sensors.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
I mean, putting their DRAM directly on the chip and making it go straight to the camera and
doing
more heavily
computational photography on a large sensor scale size. Yeah. That could be interesting.
An A18 might have enough juice to be like a pretty sick image processing engine.
Oh, it already is.
Yeah.
It already is.
But, add the way more pixels and way more lines.
But could it do you think it's powerful enough to function on like an APS-C sized sensor?
Probably, yes.
Okay,
if you dedicated the entire chip to image processing, I think
that's
so.
what I'm saying. They could definitely got enough A18s lying around.
But even just to make the iPhone camera better, you know what I mean? I mean, they probably have like a relatively deep level of integration based on, how early they get the chips from Sony and what they talk to them about and what they want them to build it on. Mm-hmm. But I would like to see deeper integration of that. And then maybe they could make another camera. Because remember, they did make a camera that was made by Fujifilm.
Take? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it was a Fujifilm camera that was Apple branded.
I was going to say they're never going to make a camera because they would just tell you that they make a camera already. It's the iPhone.
That's true. That is
well, okay, yeah.
It's not a big enough market either.
I was watching the AirPods Max 2 came out. And there's reviews out there now, and it's basically like, they're the same. Yeah. And I'm like, this is such a Tim Cook thing. Like they're just reusing. They have all these H2 chips, ship them. Like it's the same product over and over. And I'm like, why? Like what would convince Apple to actually spend interesting money developing new? Like what would convince Apple to make good AirPods Max?
Competition.
Competition
There's
feels
a lot
like
of competition.
It's out there now. Like it's not necessarily all in the same buckets. Like they are the only ones doing this metal build weird case thing. But their battery life's not competitive, but their sound quality is decently competitive. But the integration with the iPhone has always been the thing that's not. You can't really compete with it. Yeah. It's weird.
Their walled garden allows them to not really have competition. Even if there are other headphones that sound just as good, have just as good connectivity, battery life lasts just as long, the integration is always going to be them only. And so you can't really compete with that at the end of the day.
I just feel like if I worked at Apple hardware and I was like, chomping at the bit or whatever it's called to like make real improvements to AirPods Max, and then the order comes down from Tim Cook and he's like, same design, same case, same everything. Yeah. Just throw the H2 chip in there and call it a day. We're going to ship millions of these. And you're like, dang, I really want to do something interesting. I feel like maybe that's the door that can be opened by this.
Could be.
Maybe.
It's safe to keep shipping the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some crazy statistic about like AirPods Pro and how they would be like one of the top 15 companies in the world or something if they were just a company.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I personally think that we're over-indexing a little bit on his decision-making when it comes to hardware design and stuff like that. I think Apple is probably a complex enough organization that these decisions mostly get made by like the middle managers, and he just approves things.
Yeah.
He just signs things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some of my earliest to CEO interviews, when I actually got answers from them, I would ask them like what that's like being a CEO. And it's like, honestly, most of the decisions don't get to you. And if they do, they are the hardest decisions that had to be passed up the chain.
Yeah.
Where it's like, decisions about the future of the company or like really difficult technical and moral decisions about what products they should do.
Yeah.
Where if it's just, hey, there's a simple update for AirPods Max out there, we can just like take that market share and keep going. Should we do it? That doesn't even really make it to him.
No.
And that's how you end up with him going, we make a magic mouse?
Yeah.
Oh.
What is that?
It's like, what is that?
Am I the only one thinking not a lot is going to change?
No, that's what I mean. Yeah.
There's very much like, as a $4 trillion company, you are 1,000% like a huge boat with many small oars, and no one person is going to steer the whole boat in a totally new direction. Yeah. It's very fair to assume that this is going to be a smooth handover with minimal risk to investors and minimal changes in almost everything.
We're not talking about Allbirds over here, okay?
That's the opposite. That's the opposite.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't even know what the stock price is doing, but I'm sure investors are like, oh, how is this going to go?
I'm sure Tim Cook is also going to give a ton of guidance about supply chain stuff. Like he's still going to be involved.
He's still got to do Tim Cook things.
Speaking of Tim Cook things, I pulled some quotes from their PR release that I just found interesting. Mainly, Apple Services has been a major force.
We didn't even talk about services.
Yeah. Apple Services has been a major focus area of Cook's. And during his tenure, the category has grown to become a more than $100 billion business, the equivalent of a Fortune 40 company.
Yeah.
Just the services. That's insane.
That's Tim Cook.
That's 30% of every tap you do on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the services. He really did grow all of those monthly ecosystem services. It's crazy. I wonder, I think Fitness Plus might get reduced soon, to be honest, because they put a lot of money into that, and that seems to be one of their weakest services. Yeah. Apple TV Plus also spends way too much money, but I think that they like kind of being the new HBO, so that's probably fine.
You know what I also think about a lot randomly? There's a lot of companies they could acquire.
Yeah.
To just like a Peloton or like a random like fitness related company that could really boost their quality of product, but they never seem to do it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I don't know if that's going to change at all.
I feel like they don't want to do that because they don't want to dilute their own brand. It's kind of risky to do that when Apple already has such a like really, really good identity. And if Peloton gets in trouble for doing something Peloton-y, because they always have, then Apple gets the flack for it. And doing that to Beats was like the last time they did something like that, which was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. So, I guess I just mean like if they have a really weak product offering, like people are talking about this with AI, but just if they have a weak product and there's a company that's way smaller, but that's doing a lot of really good stuff that they're not doing, they can copy some of it. They can make their own version of it that ties into the iPhone or whatever. But I always think of them as the iPhone company. And if they ever wanted to like quickly expand and make a whole bunch of way better things, maybe that's a route. But they never seem to do it.
They never seem to
Beats
do
is
it.
last
I mean, because when you think about it, it's like, what could they really expand? Like, you asked me the question, what product would they make if I could wave a magic wand? What would you want them to make? Because I don't really know of a lot of products.
Alarm clock.
Like just a dedicated alarm clock?
Yeah,
They'd say your phone's an alarm clock.
I know, but I think the idea that like instead of expanding into more services, they expand into more hardware peripherals is like.
You think they do that?
No.
But that's kind of what I'm
It's what you
picturing.
want.
It's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's what I think someone like Ternus would be positioned to do. But I think you're right that like anything they do dilutes the power of the iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
So
it's the everything device.
Also, it's funny to think of them as the iPhone company because I think there's an argument to be made that Apple is actually an earbud company that just happens to make watches as well.
Well, both of those companies are just accessories to the iPhone.
I know, but like you could make the argument that like while the iPhone is like a game-changing thing, it still is not like global market share. Whereas the best-selling audio product and the best-selling watch of all time are both Apple products.
Yeah.
True, but both of those
I mean?
markets combined are like a fraction of the size of the smartphone market.
Yeah,
I
and
guess.
the Apple Watch only works on the iPhone, so you need
Like,
to
by
also
definition.
sell an iPhone to sell an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like they obviously had a ton of success with the iPhone, and they will never ship something that steps on the feet of the iPhone.
yeah,
But every time they do ship something new, their first move is to make it the one that works best with the iPhone.
Yeah.
So that if you have an iPhone, you are more likely to get this one than any competition. That's
Yeah.
true about their headphones. That's true about their, the way the Macs and the iPads talk to the iPhone and the iCloud and all this stuff. Everything is a part of this ecosystem, and that's their strategy number one.
I want to see a return of the HomePod and more form factors for the HomePod. I want to see them properly compete with Sonos, where
That
you can
would
wire
be
that all
nice.
over your house. I feel like that's the next step
Soundbar.
for them. Yeah.
A TV. Everyone thought they were going to make a TV for a while. They never did that.
And then they just made the Apple TV, which is a TV,
Yeah. But what if, they did,
make the Apple TV, Apple TV,
And Apple TV.
and Apple TV Plus.
Yeah. No, not Plus anymore. They killed the Plus.
Oh, just Apple TV.
Yeah, it's all Apple TV.
So you can watch Yo Dog.
Heard you like Apple TV?
So you can watch Apple TV on your Apple TV. Well, your Apple TV.
I think I got that trivia question from a tweet that was like, Apple makes 3 products called Apple TV. None of them are TVs.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs would lose his mind if he did this.
Yeah. So they, there's lots of things that I'm curious if they're going to start to jump into or like dip their feet into, and we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I hope that John Ternus says good morning very loudly. That's the.
He's got to have a new intro. There's no way you can. That's like a rapper's signature line.
That's true.
Bienvenidos.
You can't take his bar.
What is up?
You need a new bar.
Yeah.
He did. I forgot what he said when he did the MacBook Neo event.
Neo.
What did he say? I don't remember.
That wasn't streamed, so.
It wasn't streamed, so I don't actually remember what he said because I didn't take video of it.
Did you say hi, everyone?
Probably
something like that.
That sounds like it sounds like what he said.
What are the odds he gets on stage and goes, "What's up?"
I need it.
Not zero. There's definitely a Polymarket link somewhere.
Yeah. So he takes over in September. So
Good thing Apple does nothing in September.
Yeah. I'm curious what happens at Dub Dub. Is it going to be Tim that comes on stage again? Probably.
I don't think Tim has he come on stage. At
Yeah.
Dub Dub? Oh, really?
He comes before the video starts.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Doesn't he open Dub Dub?
Yeah,
does.
he comes. So what
real
happens?
life.
Yeah,
No,
in
I
real life.
I thought they always Dub Dub, the video thing always starts with Tim on the roof or something.
Yes, it does. But
So-
also he comes out in person.
Yeah. So what happens is when you go to WWDC in person, everyone's sitting in the same space and looking at the same screen, and they actually have someone come out on stage, usually Tim Cook or Craig Federighi because it's Dub Dub, and they come, sometimes both, and they come out and they say, "Welcome to WWDC. So happy to have you all here." They'll say like one or two generic lines, and then they'll walk off stage into the front row, and then they'll start playing the video that everyone sees on the stream, and then it's Tim Cook and him again on the screen.
Yeah.
So lately, the MacBook Neo event, they had, the announcement videos and everything, but no Tim Cook to be found anywhere. It was just John Ternus on stage, and I think one or two executives with him, but he was clearly like the welcome everyone to the thing that I'm showing you person.
Test bed.
So yeah, that happened once. That'll probably happen again in September. I believe Dub Dub. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I think there would be a lot of hype if he came out.
If John, I think that's probably what they'll do.
I think that's probably what they'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Might as well
Dub
get
Dub
him
is like
started.
a software thing. Isn't
It is, but you're kind of like he kind of sets the tone of like welcome to the thing and then passes it to the software people.
Yeah.
So you're saying John Ternus will come out or Tim Cook will
John
come out?
Ternus.
I think John Ternus will come out as I'm about to be the CEO.
Yeah.
And I think Tim Cook has done his last keynote.
Really? That's what I was going to ask. So you think like we're not going to get one more Tim Cook good morning?
I think we're gonna get some sort of like cheeky little thing. Like Tim Cook is gonna come out and like airdrop the CEO position to John Ternus.
That's
something
actually-
like that.
I could see that. Yeah.
That's probably,
That'd be funny.
yeah. So maybe Dub Dub is the last Tim Cook and the first John Ternus.
He's gonna send him an Apple events invite to become CEO.
He's going to be a meeting with HR on his calendar.
I wonder if they'll put that in the Dub Dub intro video this year, because you know that everyone's gonna like
Some
freak
Easter
the
egg.
hell out. People are gonna be so excited about
Yeah.
the whole thing. It's kind of great. This is a cult.
You know what's funny? The amount of people who are like, what about Craig? Why isn't he the CEO? Because he's the one who's like the most charismatic on camera. He's still in charge of all the software.
Yeah,
So that's not
it's got Falcon
new.
here.
You just got to pick somebody.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, hopefully he reverses course with Liquid Ass. So, well, Tim Cook might have had his events that he was going to keynote set to 0, but you know what else you can now set to 0?
What?
YouTube Shorts on your phone.
What?
Yeah,
I still watch shorts.
On your phone?
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is what confused me about this because shorts are made for the phone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Vertical video, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, all of this stuff is vertical because it's on your phone.
Yep.
They won't give us this feature on TVs or desktop.
Yeah.
So Shorts is still available on YouTube desktop, right? Like if you're on a computer, you go to YouTube, you'll still get Shorts there.
For sure.
But I have the option on my phone, which
So-
is what it was made for,
Yeah.
to turn it to 0.
Does
that
it
makes
not
no sense to me.
percolate across all your devices?
Oh.
I imagine the setting
That's
is on
a
the
good
phone,
point.
and then it. But I updated my app this morning, and I still didn't have the option to set it to 0.
Oh, I have the option to set it to 0. So maybe I'll do that and see if it populates
See
across.
if it populates on your device, on your laptop. But yeah, so previously, there was a Shorts time limit, and I'm guessing this is sort of like a parental thing where parents could make sure that their kids were not just like brain dumping on Shorts all day.
Yeah.
And the options were in 15-minute increments, and it could be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour.
That's the verb for it, by the way. Brain dumping.
Brain dumping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brain maxing. And now apparently you can set it to 0. I still didn't have this option. But I really wish that more social media apps would give you this option because, like I've said, Sometimes Instagram really sucks me in for 45 minutes.
Never gonna. Well, Instagram leans on Reels,
Yeah.
and TikTok obviously is TikTok. So I feel like this is something.
TikTok too. now.
This feels like how it should be, though. Like, I don't mind having shorts and reels on my phone, whatever.
If you have the option.
If I have the option to go to it, I don't like being served it.
But it affects
in
their
my
bottom
home screen.
line.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't,
problem.
I don't give a
You don't.
I guess it's too big of a bottom line. Yeah, for YouTube, it's a fraction of their bottom line. For
Right.
Instagram and for TikTok, it's too much of their bottom line
Yeah.
to give you that option.
It's surprising to me that YouTube is even allowing this in the first place.
well, flex.
Yeah, kind of.
I like it.
We're healthier,
Yeah,
you know? So, yeah, kind of weird.
and then you get sucked into long form.
Yeah. Speaking of something disappearing,
Nice.
get shorts disappeared for some people if you want. Nothing. We kind of missed the story last week because it happened like during the podcast episode last week while we were recording.
Yeah, but it also didn't happen.
It's Schrodinger's airdrop clone. Nothing last week released an airdrop competitor called Warp for a few hours. It was gone like 3 hours after they released it. They deleted all traces of it from social media. Android Authority got a statement from them asking why they deleted it. And Nothing said, our product team has temporarily removed the Nothing Warp file sharing application to make necessary improvements based on early user feedback and technical evaluations.
That was quick.
This is not a permanent removal, but rather a strategic pause to enhance a product's performance and ensure it meets our high quality standards.
So normally that's just a software update. So there's more reasons why they had to remove it.
Yes.
I hear
Yes.
this is a security nightmare, so we pulled it. That's what I
Either legal or security or both.
Legal or security. The site Cyber News was speculating that it was extremely close to an open source tool that was already available and it looked almost identical.
That's funny.
So it's possible that they just kind of took the open source tool and released it as their own thing and then they got blowback from it. I'm guessing it's more of a security thing. Apparently the way that this worked was that it would upload the file to Google Drive, send it to the other person, auto-download it, and then when it finished downloading, it would delete it off the Google Drive.
That's crazy.
Which is really weird.
Really funny, actually.
It's possible Google just didn't, like this violates their terms of service or something for Google Drive. I'm not sure.
I'm thinking, wouldn't that mean that there has to be some sort of automation to automatically delete something from a user's Google Drive?
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like Google would be okay with that.
No.
No, I think no, because you can delete stuff off of your Google Drive with the Google Drive API. Like I built tools that do that. I think it's more like I don't think you can build a commercial service that piggybacks Google Drive. I think that's
Maybe that's why. I mean, it's interesting that they even gave the statement and that they said it is a temporary pause, but it could be an indefinite pause.
Could come back, could not.
Yeah.
TBD.
TBD.
I like how this is now a thing. Like, it seems like everyone has an airdrop
Oh, 100%.
kind of thing.
There's a phone that will, embargo will be out by the time we talk about this. OPPO's phone, but this is also not just this phone, where there's like a 7 or 8 page section of their review guide, which is just clones of Apple features, where they'll be like, install this OPPO app on your Mac, and then you will be able to use AirDrop on your OPPO phone. And install this OPPO app on your Mac, and you'll be able to mirror your OPPO phone on your Mac. Like they are selectively going in and picking Apple ecosystem features and then making a like companion app that lets you have a version of that, so that if you are in Apple's ecosystem, you can still use OPPO's phone.
Didn't they make some sort of workaround where you can also use your Apple Watch on the
Yes,
Apple phone?
that's another one. Yeah. So you have a specific app on your phone.
Yeah.
And then I don't even think you need an iPhone. I think you get the Apple Watch and then it can work with the OPPO phone.
Yeah. I think you might
AirPods.
need the iPhone when you set it up, right? And then
Yeah, you need an iPhone to set it up. but
cloning.
then-
That wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
But still,
yeah.
it's so deliberate.
It
It's like,
is.
wow, I can't really switch to the OPPO phone because I use an iPhone and all these accessories.
Oh.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. We got an answer.
Oh, but you can.
We went so long without any of these. And now it
know.
seems like there's a million of them.
Why is it all happening now? It is strange. It is strange.
Europe.
Europe. Possibly Europe. Possibly Europe.
We love it.
All right. Well, we got a lot more stories coming up. We clearly don't want to save the best for the beginning. I guess blow through the best at the beginning. So we're going to do something that lasts longer than Tim Cook's tenure, which is trivia.
Does that mean we have to do 15 years of trivia?
I kind of, yeah.
Lock in.
I hope Waveform is still going in 15 years.
Same.
Yeah, when I'm 45.
All right, guys, Tim Cook is stepping down, like we just covered. And this, I thought, would be the perfect excuse to ask a question about the most random fact I've ever learned about Tim Cook, which I got from a Wall Street Journal article, came out a little bit ago. It's called Tim Cook on Why Apple's Huge Bets Will Pay Off by Ben Cohen. Big article when it came out. And the thing that I learned from this article that shook me to my core.
M1?
What is Tim Cook's favorite soda? Hint. While it is a very common soda throughout the US, it is not sold in Apple vending machines.
Like on-campus vending machines?
That is correct.
So does he just get deliveries directly to his office?
He said in this interview he does not get to drink it as much as he wants.
Interesting. I do know he grew up like in the Midwest, so this is probably going to be a soda I've never heard of.
He did not grow up in the Midwest.
Oh.
But he's
Right? Am I
from
wrong
the
about that?
No, you're
Midwest.
wrong, but don't say it because that's mine.
He's from the Midwest.
He's not from the Midwest either.
What?
Guys,
He has an accent.
I thought he was
not a Midwestern accent. Are you serious?
Wait, don't look it up.
I thought he was
Oh, yeah.
Think about Tim Cook's accent, and now think about cartoon characters.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Is he really? Yeah, I guess he is.
Cartoon.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
All right. Well, answers will be at the end, like usual. We'll be right back. Support for the show comes from Framer. First impressions matter a ton. It's why having a top-of-the-line website to catch potential customers is so vital. So why not try Framer to help upgrade your .com? Framer is an enterprise-grade, no-code website builder used by teams at companies like Perplexity and Miro to move faster. With real-time collaboration and a robust CMS with everything you need for great SEO, not to mention advanced analytics that includes your integrated A/B testing, your designers and marketers are empowered to build and maximize your .com from day one. So whether you want to launch a new site, test a few landing pages, or migrate your full .com, Framer has programs for startups, scale-ups, and large enterprises to make going from idea to live site as easy and fast as possible. Learn how you can get more out of your .com from a Framer specialist or get to building for free today at framer.com/wave for 30% off a Framer Pro annual plan. That's framer.com/wave for 30% off. framer.com/wave. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Welcome back, everybody. We all know that Google could really do some stuff to make its Pixels more appealing, and specifically, they could bring back features from the old Nexus days that would make it even more appealing.
I can think of so many.
What's your number one feature?
Glowing trackball.
Trackball. Ooh,
Nexus 1.
that would be cool, but they're not doing that.
Oh, darn. Can I keep guessing?
You can keep guessing.
Boom sound from the HTC One Play Edition.
That'd be cool.
It's not that.
No, sorry.
Damn. Physical keyboard from the G1.
You really want that?
Not really. No, I don't. You're right. No moving parts.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Think about something that costs 1 cent.
Half stage, like 2-stage shutter button from the Motorola Droid.
That'd be sick, but they're not doing that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not even like what about an accent power button?
Maybe.
That'd be nice.
I'm not sure.
Okay. They've done a lot. Remember the Panda Pixel, and then there was like a little orange power button.
Yeah.
That was
God,
nice.
I want that
Pixel
so bad.
4,
Bring it
orange
back.
They could bring that back. Squeezing the sides, that was bad.
That was bad.
It was
Sully
fun.
worse.
It was fun,
It never
but
really
it
worked.
didn't work as well as I was hoping.
Sully was so bad. There's a video of Adam and I in Central Park shooting my Pixel 4 review, and we just doing this and it not working, and it's so bad.
That was an era, truly.
The best part of that video is that the only way for some reason that it worked was if you leaned over it specifically in this way that made you look like a mermaid. So there's a shot where you're just like leaning on a rock like a mermaid.
Oh, that's true,
Waving at the phone.
That was one of those, like, you see, there's so many tech demos of like where they try to like gracefully show you the feature and they're like, boom, and it doesn't work the first time. They're like, oh, sorry, I just got to like do it a certain way. Yeah. That was one where they would try it like 6 times and it would work once maybe. And you'd go, I can tell this is going to suck.
It was so bad. Well,
Okay, what is it then?
Okay, it's LEDs.
Multicolor LEDs?
Yes.
For notifications?
Yes.
Customizable?
Well, maybe customizable.
I'm in.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm super in.
So there was an APK teardown of the latest Android 17 Beta 4, and there's a section in it with a whole page that specifically mentions Pixel Glow Lights, which will alert you of important notifications when your device is face down.
Pixel Glow. Oh, when it's face down.
Yes.
Okay, so it's on the back.
Yes, on the back. There should be a light bar And
A bar would be nice.
That's what it
I was picturing because like there's a couple that have had like pin lights, or like the glowing trackball is an example,
Yeah.
but like a little dot. So it would just be like the yellow light means this.
Oh no.
A bar.
It's a bar. That's what it's supposed to be. So it's going to be RGB. They said that you can have it for notifications, for different types of notifications, like phone calls from different favorites, as well as it should animate while you're interacting with Gemini.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it should be all wavy, do the thing.
Wow.
And I just think that that's a pretty sick feature.
Tim Cook can never. This is
Cook can
crazy.
never. I know.
I really like this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long time where I was customizing Android ROMs or just had like, software settings where I could decide certain apps would glow my notification light a certain color.
Yeah.
So there'd be like a light blue and a dark blue and a yellow and a green.
Yeah.
And so I could know what the flashing color of the light meant and I could decide to check it or not.
Yeah.
So this is like a bring that back.
If this is user customizable, and maybe there'll be a ROM that allows it to be user customizable, which might bring back ROMs. Who knows? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be sick. I think it would really help differentiate Pixel devices. They're kind of like, at that point, they're more customizable than Nothing phones.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's Nothing got on them,
Yeah, I mean, the Nothing phone has the screen on the back with like
that one,
a bunch of, it's this mini display and you have these apps that you get essential notifications from. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's at least interesting.
Yeah.
Most phones don't have anything on the back that you can tell like what notification you got.
Yeah.
So I'd like another version of that.
Yeah.
Can I be devil's advocate here?
Sure.
Try.
So, what?
I'll defend it. I'll be devil's advocate.
The double.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheese.
So, for the record, great idea. Bring this back. I love this. But is this just Google preying on our nostalgia? Because we have always on displays that gives us way more information. It's not the phone upside down.
Yeah.
But just putting the phone up, you can see everything now. Like we have AMOLED. This is like a solved problem.
That's valid. I would say there's a couple things. One, I don't love always on displays. I started turning them off on a lot of phones that it kind of got annoying. Either I would like tap the display as I'm putting it in my pocket, and because it was always on, it would light up as I'm putting it away, and I get annoyed, so I just turn it off. And I started like leaving my phone face down. These are face up sitting here, but they're not telling me anything because I turned always on display off. I would like to have them face down and just be able to know, because I'm waiting for the Slack notification for Wawa orders. And I'm like, it's the pink notification.
Oh, yeah.
I know I should check this one. So yeah. Are they playing on my nostalgia? Probably a little bit. Probably a little bit, yeah.
When I'm like out with a friend at dinner or something, I pretty much always flip my phone upside down because I don't like that, I can get a notification and it shows up. And then I think that the reason that this is a little bit better is because being able to glance and just be like, oh, it's an email, that's it. Oh, it's a text, maybe I should check it. But not moving your attention to exactly what the text says on the always on display. You get very distracted when you're like looking at that.
Yeah, you can just be like ambiently aware that you got a text.
Yeah. And it also helps you if you're interacting with Gemini, that it heard you because it's kind of waving around,
Yeah.
And also just we like cool, pretty colors. And that's pretty standard.
The back of the phone is a historically underutilized spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a fingerprint reader back there. Sometimes there's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a little display back there like the Xiaomi 17 Pro. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah. So
I like something back on
it'll
the back
be
of the
interesting
phone.
to see how they, keep it waterproof and everything while also adding LEDs. I guess it'll have to be under glass. Or
Should be
something.
behind the, yeah.
Where do you think it's going to be on the phone?
I was picturing a bar across the bottom,
That'd be cool.
like a thin stripe type of thing.
That'd be super cool.
I like that.
I think it's going to be above the Pixel bar,
Like right at the top.
like right at the top, that little sliver there and on the Pixel.
I'm kind of on team bottom.
Okay.
Careful.
There's nothing wrong with that, Marcos.
Just saying, careful.
So apparently the APK teardown also
Another one for the supercut.
also
Another one for the David's freaking on the pod supercut. We watched that, by the way. If you're out there, we watched that and we laughed.
I don't think most people know what that is. Okay, so the APK teardown also indicated a Pixel laptop that is going to be released.
Okay.
They try this every 6 years.
And I buy it immediately every 6 years.
Yeah, but what's more exciting about this is, one, it's also supposed to have the Pixel Glow thing, which I'm not really sure how they're going to do that because computers are just very different with notifications.
Well, okay. So remember the last Pixel laptop?
Yeah, the cheap one,
That had
the Pixelbook Go.
no. So the Pixel, God, the names. Hold on, I want to find the name of it. But it had an RGB
that's the
stripe
original
on the
Pixel
back.
laptop.
But after the CR48, yeah, like the
Yeah.
Pixel, laptop.
Yeah,
Just that again,
yeah.
but have it light up.
That one didn't actually glow, right?
I thought it did.
The
News.
Chromebook Pixel.
Yes, that one.
Chromebook Pixel.
Did that one light up?
The No Glow Chromebook Pixel is a Pixelbook Go with Pixel Glow.
Oh my god.
It glowed.
That's crazy.
Like that.
Oh, it did glow.
And it had,
But what did it glow for?
I don't know, but it's doing stuff.
It is doing stuff.
I got to rewatch my review. This is old. This is 13 years old.
So old. Yeah.
But yeah, it lit up. It turned off when the laptop was off, or it would light up with notifications or something on the back. So that's the thing I would like them to bring back.
I mean, the big question here is like when I have my laptop closed, I'm like done with it. You know what I mean? I don't need to like see notifications on my laptop. I already have my phone for that. But this is potentially going to be their big Android Chrome OS merger.
Yeah.
OS, which means that maybe it will have a lot more direct compatibility with your phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, have you ever had this moment where you pull out your laptop to use it and you open it and it's got 2% battery and it's about to die? And you're like, dang, I wish I knew it was about to die.
Oh.
Well, you know how you'd know?
Yeah.
Is if at 10%, it just softly glowed red, just sitting there closed. You go,
I like that.
appreciate that communication,
like
laptop.
Okay, am I crazy?
Yes.
You used to be able to do that on MacBooks.
What would glow?
No. There was a button on the bottom of the MacBook that you could hit, and then it was
On the
sort of like the
bottom?
battery tester. Am I crazy?
Is that true?
When you say bottom, you mean
Yeah.
the bottom? Under
I
it?
gotta research this. I'm having like a
Nothing wrong with the bottom.
That doesn't sound like a Mac. I don't remember a button on the bottom.
There was a glowing Apple logo on the back
Yeah.
of some of the early MacBook
Yeah,
Pros.
just a glowing white logo.
Yeah, just a glowing white logo.
Yeah, but it never had any, functionality other
I
than
didn't
just
think so.
That's exactly what I want from my Chromebook when the battery's about to die. Use more electricity.
Well,
okay,
that's
but
such it's a tiny amount.
I know, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, what other use case? I guess maybe you could use it to invoke Gemini. Like if it's because at the end of the day, they just want all of your devices to be endpoints for Google Assistant, for Gemini, So if you have your laptop sitting on your desk and it's your most nearby device and it has like always listening or something.
Yeah.
If you can control your home.
Is that a crazy thing? So like what if, how a lot of laptops sometimes have like slightly thicker displays and they've put like compute in the top section of it sometimes? Like there'll be like
I'm not crazy. This existed.
Oh, I do remember
What
that.
computer?
The battery indicator.
On like the pre-2012 MacBooks, there was a button on the left side of the computer that if you hit, it would do these like LEDs would light up and tell you your battery percentage. I'm not crazy.
That's cool.
I
on
had
the
that laptop.
Where were
side?
the LEDs though?
Yeah, where's that?
Where were the LED? The LEDs were also on the side.
That's
Yeah.
the metal ones it's like a sort of a flush button with like 5 dots that would all light up.
That's cool.
Wow. That's a good callback. I didn't remember that at all.
That is cool. They should bring that back.
So yeah, the idea of like a Gemini thing, what if there's a little bit of compute that stays on even when you close the laptop?
Always listening.
So that it is like a little always listening little tiny computer SoC or phone SoC or something, and you can still ask it, hey G, and the speakers are still in there. They're going to be muffled, but they could still respond.
Totally.
That could be a thing.
I think that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Or it could be side firing speakers or bottom firing speakers so you could still hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Apple has been quietly adding thread radios to all their devices, right? I feel like Google could also start adding all of these multifunctional radios and stuff to their devices.
Yeah.
And they want you to have as many access points for Gemini as possible because they want you to use it in as many places as possible.
Yeah, they want us to use it all the time.
Yeah.
Was it Nest that had a thread radio in like a thermostat or something that they just turned on after X amount of years?
It was the HomePod as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the HomePod was silently carrying a thread radio for a long time.
Yeah.
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 There was an Apple product that did that too, but not with Thread.
It was the
released.
thermometer.
No, an Apple product released with a radio that they didn't turn on until a year or so later with a firmware update.
Wasn't it the...
I thought I made a video about
It was the second generation iPod Touch that shipped with a Bluetooth radio that they didn't
Whoa.
announce or turn on until like a year into
That's crazy.
I know.
that's
I really hope I remember. I'm like, my brain is filled with these like 2010 Apple facts right now. I have to go double check all of them.
That's really funny. Oh, iPod Touch though. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I picture my first iPod, which was like the tall Nano.
Yeah.
That one with Bluetooth would be crazy. It would be wild.
You could probably do it now. So yeah, I mean, that's exciting. It doesn't take a lot to please tech reviewers. You just need to give us the RGB lights and that's it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I am easy to please in that way.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, what is this headline about?
Yeah, speaking
Motorola.
of people who are not easy to please.
Yeah.
Motorola in India is suing social media platforms and dozens of content creators over things that were said about the company.
Not a good look, but what are the details? Because maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, so it's seeking takedown of content and broader restraint for what it deems false or defamatory material related to their devices. It specifically called out that it didn't like that people had been publishing videos of their phones catching fire, which it said were fake. It was saying that these things were fake, but it wants to restrain people from suing and publishing this content, including reviews, videos, comments, and boycott campaigns.
So this is the prime example of the Mandela effect, right? Yeah. Or no. What's if you hide something? Streisand effect.
Yeah, Streisand effect.
I had not heard about any Motorola phones catching on fire.
Yeah.
And now I'm curious if they're real or not.
Yeah.
Seems like they're insisting that they're not, but here we are.
There was someone that quoted like last week, it was like there's two ways to respond to criticism. One is to make your product better, and one is to make it worse. By, getting aggressive. So, yeah, it alleges that there are hundreds of posts across social media that show Motorola products in a false and defamatory way. And it says that it did this lawsuit in the interest of public safety, which doesn't make a lot of sense. India is Motorola's second biggest market, which makes up about 20% of its global market share. And, obviously, people on social media, especially big phone fans, can be pretty over the top sometimes. But stopping people from publishing negative reviews is not a good look. It's a very bad look. So,
yeah,
and it sort of tracks that they're suing them in India because I think that there are probably looser like freedom of speech laws there. Just hope that this does not happen because I don't know. It's bad. It's bad to repress speech.
When I read this, it kind of reminded me of all the different ways that like CEOs just respond to things.
Yeah.
So like this reminded me a lot of Carl Pei with Nothing, because that's a company that has turned negative feedback into content in an interesting way. Like we will occasionally talk bad about Nothing products. And there are three things I know to be true in life, which is death, taxes, and that Carl Pei will turn that into a YouTube video and just make a bunch of views. Like they turn it into content in a way that allows him a platform to respond without suing creators into oblivion.
Yeah.
So I think like that's an interesting way of going about it, and Motorola should pay attention.
Yeah. They're owned by Lenovo, as you remember. So
True.
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
Oh,
I completely forgot.
I will remind you. And it's just not a good look. You shouldn't repress people's speech, and that's bad. So we'll have to follow that lawsuit and see if anything actually comes from it. There's one other big story here.
Speaking of following something,
I'm gonna talk about basketball.
Whoa.
So I hope you're proud of me. Steph Curry, the king, as we in the basketball industry call him.
oh boy,
The king is LeBron.
Is that really?
There is another player who's
I'll stop you when you say
the
something.
king.
I'll stop you if you say anything crazy, but you're on the right track so far.
Okay, well, he, plays for the Golden State Warriors. He's been playing for them for a while. He's so good with his accuracy. When he shoots the ball, it usually goes in the circle, the hoop. It's kind of crazy how many times he can get it in there.
Yep.
So, also was an investor in Palm. I met him
Also correct.
during my Palm briefing, and he was wearing it as a necklace.
Yeah.
Anyway, the NBA is very deeply rooted in Google sponsorship. They do a lot of Pixel stuff. Famously, a couple of the NBA stars use Pixels every day, and they say they actually like it, even though people don't think they do. They
really do.
They really maybe do.
They really do.
They really say that they do.
Yeah.
And we have been hearing these rumors of a new Fitbit coming out that's supposed to compete with Whoop. Because remember, here on the Waveform podcast, we hate Whoop. Down with that company.
We are Whoop haters.
We are Whoop haters, certified. Andrew's not here to defend himself. And so...
Andrew famously loves Whoop.
Loves. I mean, Andrew's obsessed with this guy.
We always dunk on Whoop, and he's sticking up for them. But he's not here for that.
So if you don't know what a Whoop is, imagine a smartwatch without the watch. It's the watch band, but it's thicker And the idea is like you don't want to wear a smartwatch, but it gives you deeper analytics about your body. It's got all these different data points, and they're suing like a smaller app company because they think that they stole a lot of their data points. It's very stupid. But
it's like if you wanted all the benefits of an Oura ring, but you needed people to know you were wearing an Oura ring.
It's kind of a
That's
status
the Whoop.
thing.
Well, you can wear a Whoop under your sleeve or like hide it if you want to.
Yeah, you got to get like an accessory for that, I think, to wear like on your chest.
I'm going to do a weird pivot here because over the weekend, Man City beat Arsenal. So it was a very hard day for me as an Arsenal fan. But at the end of it, Haaland, who's one of the great players in Man City, ripped off his shirt, ran onto the field wearing a Whoop band. And I was like, he's allowed to play with that? How?
Well, is that are they not allowed to play with those things?
I don't know.
No,
I
it
guess
doesn't.
so.
It's under if it's under your shirt. Yeah, no, that's fine.
But they can't play it if it's over your shirt?
Guys, I don't know if you know this. You play soccer with your feet, so I think.
Okay, so I play a sport where before every game they line all the players up, they do the national anthem, and then they go down. The refs go down the line, and if any player has on any wristband or jewelry or necklace or anything that could get caught on a finger and like pull,
That makes sense.
they tell you to take it off.
Okay.
So you can wear it under your sleeve, you can wear it somewhere where it's not going to get caught, but
Yeah.
then if it is out, you got to take it off.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
I currently have a bracelet that I cannot take off.
Yep.
What happens in this case?
take it off?
They will take tape and tape it to your wrist fully.
interesting.
So they
Okay.
can't get caught with like a finger.
Why can't you take it off?
Because it was one of those things where they like zap it in place and it's there forever.
Yeah.
It's one of those
You
bracelets.
did that?
Yeah.
There's other
That's
people
a
that
thing.
have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, or they just refuse to take it off or whatever it is. So they just get it taped on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You did that to yourself?
Never
to
taking
myself. It's just a bracelet.
It's like being chained to something for your whole life.
kind of.
it off. To what?
To the chain.
I guess.
Anyway, that's like a tattoo, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I have none of those.
okay, fair point. Anyway, back to Steph Curry, the king, as we like to call him in the basketball world.
I don't want to stop you. I'm going to keep. Yeah, it's fine.
He shoots a lot of hoops. So he's been wearing this unidentified Fitbit device for many months.
Yep.
There have been articles that have been coming out that's just like little glimpses of him wearing it. But then Kellen at Droid Life, shout out to Kellen, one of the most OG phone YouTubers there are.
Legend.
In 2012, I had push bullet notifications for every article that Kellen wrote. It's
Droid
pretty
Life.
sick. He's still going strong. He decided to get a little bit obsessed with this because he's a huge basketball fan. And, as we all are here in the Waveform podcast.
He's specifically a Trailblazers fan because he's in Portland.
That's tough.
Okay, yeah.
This has been tough.
Well, he analyzed a ton of Instagram videos, YouTube videos, and I think there was even one other thing. Just a lot of videos on the internet.
And Getty Images.
Of Steph Curry over the last, since February, effectively. And he was able to catch multiple glimpses of Steph Curry wearing this unannounced Fitbit band that is supposed to compete with Whoop. It is much thinner than a Whoop. It kind of just looks like a Pixel Watch band, but it's slightly thicker at the top. And Steph Curry never wears it during the games, I'm guessing for the same reason that you can't wear bracelets and stuff.
He never wears it visibly during the games, but there could be a chest strap or some random
maybe.
accessory.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But there are multiple screenshots of him wearing it out and about. There is even an image that Kellen caught where he has an app open on his phone that appears to be sort of like a new redesign.
Oh, I
Fitbit
watched that
movie
video.
app.
I didn't even catch that. Damn.
crazy.
That's good.
That's crazy.
Hiding in
good.
plain sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine that, it's been months since this has been kind of being leaked. And I feel like Google's leaking this on purpose at this point.
Yeah. Honestly, this to me is the best case scenario. I imagine he's invested in Fitbit or some like a lot of Golden State Warriors players, California team, are connected with a lot of California companies. So there's a lot of tech connections. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's invested in this company or something like that. And
But
he's
Fitbit's just Google. There's so many.
Yeah, for sure. Or they have some partnership, whatever it is.
yeah.
And so Steph organically deciding to wear this for weeks and weeks before it comes out is the best possible endorsement of the product.
Right.
To me, it's
Probably in his contract.
Elite athlete chooses to use this product before it comes out, before he's probably going to get paid to do a commercial or whatever about it. He's going to be able to actually say he's been using it.
Yeah.
And probably actually really uses it and cares.
Yeah.
So it's just free promo for them. Google stuff leaks already anyway all the time. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. But it looks good. I would love something like this that gives you all the analytics, but that you can put on any watch. Because it looks like it's just a watch band size with a slightly thicker top.
Well, the puck, that's where it's measuring everything.
Yeah,
from.
yeah. But if they were able to put that in the bottom part, and then you could just wear a regular watch on the top, I think that would be sick.
Or maybe even like clip a watch to it. I don't know how that would work. But
I guess you maybe could.
Yeah, maybe.
You could just sew a watch
My
in.
problem with putting it on the bottom of a watch band is that not all watches are meant for like sports and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're like wearing a watch that you don't want to smash into a wall,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have my tracker on the bottom of that.
Yeah.
But having an option would be nice.
Yeah. Well, it looks very googly. It kind of is just like this. I don't even know. Do you know how to can you describe this? It's like a.
So it looks like what's that Apple Watch band called? It's like the trail
bands?
loop.
Trail loop.
It looks like a trail loop band, but without the Apple Watch, and instead it just has this small puck under it. If you've seen Meta's wristband for their glasses, it kind of has roughly that amount, and it's on the back of your wrist where the watch would be.
Yeah.
So no screen, no time. Again, it seems weird to people who don't use it, but a lot of people don't want a screen on their wrist, so it just has long battery, and it just sits there and measures your stuff, and you check the app when you want to see the info, and
Yeah.
they're finally going to compete in that space.
It's funny how out in the open he has been with this, though. Like, there's a image of him giving an interview.
Yeah, press conference.
And he's just got it on.
Love
which is
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Have you guys used the new Fitbit Coach thing? The
No,
AI
but you've been
coach?
using it, right?
I've been using it. I really like it.
Really?
But to this product's credit, it pretty much only works with Fitbit devices and or my Pixel Watch.
Yeah.
And I don't wear my Pixel Watch every day because it's a Pixel Watch.
Yeah.
It's fine, but it's not the one that I'm usually wearing like a real watch. So this is I'm actually very interested in something like this because Fitbit back in the day to me was this. It was just a random little tracker that pretty much everyone would walk into Best Buy and buy. You can swap out the bands and everything like that. Then they started getting like a little bit more smarter and all this stuff. But like the core of what Fitbit always was to me was just this little tracker. So if I can just have the little tracker with these in-depth analytics that you get from something like the Pixel Watch, I think that would be pretty
That'd
interesting.
be a win. Probably have a longer battery life too.
Yeah, when I worked at Intel, like they were only like $30 at the time to get the like little pedometer Fitbits that you could literally put in your shoe.
Yeah.
And then people would be able to, and then we had like walking competitions, which is so funny because it's like who can get the least work done, which nobody at Intel gets work done anyway. So.
Allegedly, this is going to be called Fitbit Air. That's what I think 9 to 5 Google found that.
Interesting.
Can we come up with different names? That's my other.
Yeah.
I think there's Airs.
Air
there's
means
Pros.
light,
You
Pro,
should have
Pro
called
Max,
it Foop.
Fitbit. See, the thing about Fitbit's a good name for a product, but it's their company name now.
Google Fitbit.
So you can't call it the Fitbit. That would be a good thing to call this.
Yeah.
You got to call it Fitbit something.
Fitbit Loop, maybe?
That could, yeah.
Fitbit Band.
They'll think of something.
They'll think
This Steph Curry. Also, the king is LeBron, so that's just the one correction I'll have.
So what do we call him?
We can call him the chef.
The chef?
Oh, I thought he was the GOAT.
What's a chef?
That's, I mean,
he's
he's some
frequently-
people's goat, but
He is frequently referred to as Chef Curry.
Why?
Because his full name is Chef On.
and he'd be cooking out there.
Because he's cooking.
Yeah. That's good. Chef Curry with the pot.
Is that real? Is that a real thing people say?
Trust me. Yes. It's great. All right. Last thing I want to do before we take a quick break is I want to show you guys something, and I just want to make sure I'm not crazy before I crash out about this. So check Slack.
Okay.
Check the Waveform Slack channel, and I want you to open this Dropbox link and just watch this quick minute-long video. And once you're done watching it, just let me know.
Is there
so I can-
sound?
You don't need the sound.
Okay.
You can see this is the OPPO Find X9 Ultra.
David, you want to describe what you're seeing?
All right. So this is the OPPO X9 Ultra, Find X9 Ultra case. Whoa. Okay. So it's the phone, and then it's like a giant accessory case. Looks like it's for photography stuff. The case that is next to it is like insanely rugged looking. They slap the case on the phone. It makes it basically an OtterBox.
It looks like a small rig had a baby with an OtterBox.
They put, there's like a front attachment that locks in. So it's like fully encased in this case. This is like an crazy outdoor setup. Okay, now he's got basically what looks like a gimbal attachment or something. Oh no, it's a shooting grip attachment that plugs into the phone. Looks very ROG, to be honest. And then they attach a filter attachment to it. so they can put like an ND filter, a variable ND on there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's variable ND. They're spinning it around. Okay, now they
hear what Marques is going to say.
Now they touch a cooling fan. Oh, now they touch a left-hand grip for some reason. Now they attach a cold shoe. Oh, okay. Now they're attaching a quick release for okay. It was for a tripod, and now it's, oh my God, what is this? Oh, there's a giant Hasselblad box. Oh no, does this get crazier? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, there's a really, really big Hasselblad lens attachment that comes with like a tripod mount. You have to put a lens adapter on in order to. Oh my God! Oh my God! This looks so insane.
Wait,
what is this?
The final render at the end doesn't have the lens tripod mount on it.
Yeah, it comes off
yeah.
at the collar. It comes off.
So this just looks like a Terminator situation.
Okay.
Please tell me they sent this to you and you have all of this in the other room.
Okay, so
What in the world?
So I watched this, and my first thought is, what are we doing though? For real, for real. I don't have a price tag on this, but I'm assuming
like
if you are willing to buy this flagship phone, $8,000, $9,000, $1,000 phone, whatever, and you're also going to buy the lens and the battery grip and the cold shoe and the cooling fan and the lens adapter and the lens and the tripod and all this stuff to go shoot with your phone, you clearly really care about the quality of the work that you're making. So why are you using your phone still? Spend all of that on a cheap camera that will do better than whatever you were about to shoot on your phone. Yeah. This is not a diss on the camera on the phone. It's a really good phone camera, but physics is still real, and you can still get much better footage out of a dedicated camera, plus better audio, plus better codecs, etc. Yeah. So I think there's a Goldilocks zone to how much it's acceptable to improve your phone camera before you're just going too far and you should just use a camera, you know? Is that valid? I think this is too far.
I think that the only acceptable use of like really, really trying to improve your phone camera as much as possible is if you are going to make phone native content, right? Because the biggest annoyance of using a dedicated camera to shoot content that is going to be on phones is that you have to move all of the data to your phone eventually. So the one plus for this, well, the OPPO for this, is that, I guess they're the same company, is that, you know, if you're going to shoot like a reel or something, all the footage is right there. If you're editing on your phone, it's right there. But then at that point, it's like, this is clearly doesn't look like it's for reels. This looks like it's for like a feature film.
They've got it sideways.
This is going to be so hard to, like, you would have to take all of this off your phone to begin editing.
This is,
unless you do it on your phone, you edit.
This is like a 90-second process to
I'm
like.
saying to even hold your phone in a way that's comfortable to edit. Do anything with the footage, you would need to disassemble this whole package.
Instead of just blipping the photos to yourself. Like this is like it's like you decide you want to get this shot or however many shots or this whole shoot you're about to do. You have to go through this like 2-minute process of like assembling your phone rig. Yeah. Which valid, you have a rig, you're going to get pretty footage, but you could spend 2 seconds turning on a regular camera and just start getting footage. Yeah. And I just think, this is in the valley between like good phone footage and regular camera footage.
You know how you have that analogy of like VR headsets and like glasses and how they're both trying to move towards each other? Yeah. This is like smartphone and camera. And they're both trying to move towards each other, except the smartphone went way too far over the line.
It really has.
Because cameras have, they are now cameras that you can buy that are just all in one. They have really good mic, like pickup mics. They have really good quality.
Stabilization.
They're small. They have really good stabilization.
Good codecs.
It's just all in one, like really quick short form content or YouTube video content cameras. Yeah. And that's moved towards the smartphone line. But this just went way over the line.
I think it's way over. Yeah.
This is crazy. Yeah.
It's insane.
Other problem is if you spend like, you're going to spend like $800 on the accessories alone on like, it's probably $1,000 phone. And you spend $800 on the accessories and then you can never upgrade your phone.
Once you move phones, you're like, well, I guess I don't use any of this stuff anymore.
Useless now. Like it's, at least with a dedicated camera, like the glass is always going to be relevant because they always use the same mount. Most of the accessories can be used on any camera because it's all universal. No, this can only be used with the OPPO Find X9 Ultra. Yeah.
Which, by the way, weird small rig cage aside, the phone is beautiful.
The phone is
phone
really
looks very
good.
nice. Without all the stuff on it.
Yeah, when you take all the other stuff off, the phone itself is like aesthetically gorgeous.
Yeah. By the time you watch this, our video on it is up. It's called So This is Peak Smartphone. Because smartphones are just, we've gotten to the point where they're so good that they're good at everything already, and any differentiating factor is really just preference.
Yeah.
I think that's my take basically on this. And so when you look at like, what do we want from a good smartphone screen? Well, I don't know. I just want it to be bright enough and good looking enough that I can see it all the time and it just looks good all the time. Okay, well, it is. It's a high refresh rate, super bright OLED that gets to 144 hertz and will go down to 1 hertz and has high frequency PWM dimming, and it just looks awesome all the time. So success.
Yeah.
What about battery? Oh, I don't know. I just hope it never dies on me. Okay. 7,000 milliamp hours and silicon carbon, and it's like it'll charge at 100 watts if it ever dies. All right, mission accomplished. Yeah. You kind of go down the line. We've done everything. Cameras are the last thing. They're trying this stuff. They're putting huge 200 megapixel sensors in there. They take good smartphone photos all the time, but they're never going to take good, high level camera photos. So it's just like, this is good smartphone photography, and there it is.
Yeah.
It's a great phone.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If the accessories and the lens and everything was able to be adjusted to fit future phones, would that change your opinion on it?
That would improve it, but it would still feel like you're kind of spending too much time on, because the thing about a smartphone camera is it's so convenient to just pull out the camera, open the app, and get the shot, or just get the videos. That's the strength, is versatility. So if you're throwing away all the versatility to get this super good quality, then why not just get the super good quality? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just get the camera. And it's actually more versatile, again, because it takes 2 seconds to boot it up and just start shooting. So you're taking the strength of the smartphone, which is versatility, you're throwing it all away to like clip this case on, clip the lens mount on, clip the lens on, get the collar on the lens, do all this stuff. And by that point, you're getting better footage, but like, you could just get a camera.
But it probably costs the same amount as like an $800 all-in-one Sony vlogging camera.
Which is going to beat this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
All right. I'm glad I'm not alone in this.
That's pretty insane.
Anyway, go watch that video. It's the OPPO Find X9 Ultra. Really good phone. Obviously great cameras, but people are going too far.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And before we do that, one more time, trivia.
Something that's universal across every Waveform episode.
That's good.
Nice.
That's good.
Where in the world is Tim Cook from?
Dang.
Do you need the city?
City and state, please.
Okay. I think I might know. I think I know.
I know, but you guys said stuff before that makes me think I'm wrong now.
I have a good hint if you need it later.
I'll take a hint.
The Georgia.
No, I'll wait. I'll wait to the till.
I think the hint has something to do with someone in the studio here.
I don't think we need it.
No? All right. Then I'm not going to be right.
Chicago.
All right. Well, we'll either be right or we'll learn something. That's it. We'll be right back. Support for the show comes from Hostinger. You may find it easy to come up with an idea for a cool new product, but building that into something real, something that other people can actually enjoy, that starts with you making the first move. And with AI changing the landscape for entrepreneurs everywhere, Hostinger can help you make that first move in just a few minutes instead of a few weeks. Hostinger is an all-in-one platform that brings everything into one place: your domain, website, email, AI tools, and AI agents, so you can launch online without stitching together 5 different subscriptions. Start with a prompt and then add your personal touch. You can create websites, online stores, and custom apps without coding or design skills. And then use AI agents to automate tedious tasks and help grow your business. Hostinger powers over 10 million websites, and there's a reason why it earned a CNET Editor's Choice Award. Turn your one day into day one. Go to hostinger.com/waveform to bring your idea online for under $3 a month. Plus, get an extra 20% off with a promo code WAVEFORM. That's less than the price of a cup of coffee per month. So that's hostinger.com/waveform, promo code WAVEFORM for an extra 20% off. Support for the show comes from Shopify. Every thriving, successful business has to start somewhere. A good place to start is the relatively simple question, what if, given the right tools, I really put my all into this? One tool that can help you grow your sprouting business to new heights is Shopify. Millions of businesses around the world rely on Shopify for e-commerce, from businesses just starting to your favorite name brands. They offer a host of helpful tools you can take advantage of, from payment processing to analytics to website design. Their design studio includes hundreds of templates to help you create the exact website you've been envisioning for your business. Their email and marketing tools make it easy to get your name out there and stay connected with your customers. And if you're thinking, what if I need help? Then no worries, because you're never left to fend for yourself. Shopify's award-winning customer support is available 24/7. So it's time to turn those what ifs into with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/waveform. Go to shopify.com/waveform. That's shopify.com/waveform.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back.
I like that.
Marquez has to get on a plane in an hour and a half.
An hour and a
I'll
half.
be on the plane in an hour and a half.
Okay.
It'll be great.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Okay, we're gonna speed through these because Marquez has to get on a plane in an hour and a half. You nerd. So there's we talked about the GoPro cameras last week. It was pretty crazy. They have new cameras out. There's the Mission 1, there's the Mission 1 Pro, and there's the Mission 1 ILS integrated lens system. We now have prices for these GoPros. Ellis is very excited about using them for
Yeehaw.
lenses. He's yeehawing over there. So now we got the prices. The Mission 1, $599.
Okay.
The Mission 1 Pro, $699.
Okay.
And the Mission 1 Pro ILS, $699. But
Okay.
these are all discounted by $100 if you have a GoPro subscription, which I didn't know what that
What
meant.
does that subscription get you, David?
I had to look it up. It is cloud storage. It kind of makes automated little videos for you based on your footage.
A GoPro subscription.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's a warranty program too. Or
It's
not
also a warranty
like
program.
Insurance.
Insurance
AppleCare,
type program.
You know how there's like the beastification of YouTube?
Yeah.
Is this the Appleification of tech companies? GoPro subscription?
Everyone needs recurring revenue.
You can. It's basically like you're a hardware company, but you need more recurring revenue. So
Yeah.
you just bundle together some things that would work well with your hardware. I'm not saying this is a bad idea, but wow, a GoPro subscription.
I think it's a bad idea.
There's
Well-
no money in selling something once.
Yeah.
You got to sell it 100 times.
I don't know how the subscription works, but if the camera is able to auto upload to this cloud storage,
Yeah,
thing,
no, I'm sure it's very clever.
GoPros find themselves in situations where they become former GoPros often, you
Yes.
know, and so
Yeah,
being
they're
able
not pro
to
anymore.
know that
Yeah.
footage is in the cloud, not bad.
Yeah, a GoPro subscription.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What do we think? Wait, what's so far? There's a Mission 1 and a Mission 1 Pro.
Pro.
What is the $100 difference between those
It's
cameras?
mostly based around the types of like the frame rates that they can record. So like 4K 240 FPS versus 4K 120. You get 8K 60 on the Pro versus 8K 30 on the regular one.
The Pro has more processing power. It can handle higher frame rates.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the main difference.
I still really want to shoot with them. I just got to see how good the footage is, because we just showed you that insane rig with the phone with the OPPO, and like this is going to be you could get one of these and probably get really good footage from it, and it'll just be like a one button click.
I would rather have this than the phone.
So yeah, we'll have to get some and shoot with them and see.
Much smaller. Okay. We got some iPhone colorful iPhone Pro rumors. So instead of just the
Oh, I love this.
yeah. So the rumors are that the iPhone Pro is going to come in this light blue,
Don't care.
Pantone 2121, dark cherry.
Kind of don't care either.
Oh, what is wrong with you, Marquez? This is crazy.
Keep going.
Silver,
Don't care.
dark gray.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That looks, and you saw the renders.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, please.
Oh my God.
Give me a dark neutral.
You're like a Staten Island mom picking out the color of her car. Like, ew, any semblance of saturation, get it out of here.
It's just the best looking one. And you know what's funny? These are actually very popular car colors. Silver, light blue, dark cherry, which is kind of like the burgundy car you see everywhere, and then black. The only other popular colors I've seen are like white and beige. This is going to look good.
I think the silver actually looks sick.
The thing is, Ellis, I shoot a lot of car videos for autofocus on the phone.
I get it.
And the color of the iPhone reflects in every screen in the car every time.
Yeah.
And I've had an orange iPhone for many of these videos, and I pointed at that CarPlay screen, and there is just orange hitting me back in the camera lens, and I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
And the blue one, it's close, but just give me a black phone.
That dark cherry purple is pretty fire, I'm not going to lie.
It's all right.
Look,
I had two questions here.
yeah.
One, does this mean orange is dead
Yep.
forever? Like that's
Yep.
it.
It'll come back in like 5 years or
Purple
something.
is the new orange.
So this is nice. So this is like that was a celebrity color.
Wait, no, literally. Oh, no, it doesn't work. I was going to say orange is the new black, but black is the new orange.
Black is the new orange.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Well, I don't think black is the new orange. I think the purple is the new orange.
Second, is the space gray name dead? Is that still available
For
places?
iPhone?
You can buy it
I
on
think
the
so, yeah.
MacBook is still space gray.
MacBook is still space
Is it
gray.
not space black now?
Oh, it might be space black.
No, I thought space black is a different color, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Space gray is.
I have the space black MacBook Pro,
Space black, right? Yeah, same. I think it's called space black now.
but do they not also? have
Because space
gray?
is, you know what's funny? We talked about this in an earlier episode. Space is gray.
No, space is
Mocha.
cosmic latte.
Cosmic latte.
It's not fully black, is the point.
Cosmic latte. We talked about this.
MacBook
The average
Pro.
color of the universe.
What is this? What is this iPhone Air color? Is it just? It's not black, is
Probably
it?
just black.
No, they would never call something black.
I don't know. They might.
They would call it ambient stillness. I don't know. That was bad.
Okay, so the
That
MacBook
was-
Pro is space black.
So is the iPhone Air.
iPhone Air is space black.
Yeah.
So
That's it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I saw the leak and I was like, oh, okay, Space Gray's back. And then I read it and I was like, wait.
Well, they
there's
could
no-
still call it space gray.
I mean, they could.
But what is this supposed to be, dark gray?
Yeah, it's just dark gray. Like it's black, dark gray, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I've been like Apple pilled, but I liked Space Gray as a name. I was like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I feel like
I like
it's
space.
Good name.
it's
Artemis?
too reminiscent of the Johnny Ive era for me. I feel like we
Space
need to
gray.
move past it. You know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so now that Marquez has to board in 1 hour and 20 minutes, we got to talk about this Huawei Pura X Max Foldy Boy that they just launched.
Huawei.
Why? Because they want to get ahead of Apple.
They want to get a no, that doesn't work.
Yes.
They want
Huawei.
to get Huawei ahead. of
Huawei
Apple.
ahead of Apple. Yes, we first saw rumors and leaks of this last week, but now we have specs and pricing. It is a short boy. Is a short king, 5.4 inches cover display with 3,500 nit brightness. So very short phone. It's definitely the Passport style. Short king. 7.7 inch internal display, 3,300 nits. Both support 120 hertz LTPO. It's got that homegrown Kirin 9030 Pro chip, 5,300 milliamp hour battery. Wish that was bigger.
Yeah.
66 watt wired charging and 50 watt wireless charging.
Wow.
50 megapixel main, 50 megapixel tele, 12.5 megapixel ultra wide. I just love
Triple cameras.
that there are triple cameras. The iPhone's not going to do that, and that's really sad because I really wish they would. Supports Huawei's M Pen 3 mini stylus, so you can use it as a little notebook thing. $1,600 for the 12 gigabyte, 250 gigabyte version, 256 gigabyte version. $1,800 for the 512 gigabyte version, and $2,000 for 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. Really expensive phone, for sure.
As will the rest of these be.
As will the rest of these be. So, yeah, it looks just like kind of the iPhone is going to look probably, but it's got more cameras.
You left one thing out about this exciting new announcement from Huawei.
The colors?
No, that unlike most Huawei products, the Verge article, I think that reported, whichever article was linked in the show doc, said that it is unclear whether it'll come out outside of China. So we might actually be able to get a global, quote unquote, global minus United States version.
If it comes to, yeah. It could come to European.
or it could not. It's
Or it could not.
Unclear.
That's true.
I hope it does.
You know, it is clear.
What?
The thing that we do at the end of every trivia. I mean, at the end of every podcast episode.
I guess, yeah, there's not much more we can really say about this at the moment.
No. Unless there's been breaking news. There hasn't been. I don't think.
But I do need to address something real quick because certain video viewers may have been wondering why I'm literally decked out head to toe in Philadelphia 76ers gear.
I
Head
think
to
they
toe
know.
is not an exaggeration. I've got the socks.
Oh my
toes.
Atlanta.
Oh, they're on your head and on your toes.
Yeah.
This man is committed.
Literally head to toe. And that is because, oh my God, my leg is cramping from that move. Wow, I need to stretch more. Tonight, the Philadelphia 76ers play game 2 against the Boston Celtics. Last game, we lost by 30 points. And I realize that is my fault. I did not do enough to cheer on this team. So for the next 15 seconds or so, this is a Philadelphia 76ers podcast. Tyrese Maxey is a dog. Kelly Oubre is a dog. VJ Edgecombe, dog. These boys are going to take us all the way to the NBA Finals, baby. And if you don't believe, you're not a friend of mine. Go Sixers forever!
Really,
Thank
I'm
you, Adam.
really sorry about that. What are we gonna do when they get swept?
Bro, if they get, honestly, like, I thought about it. I was like, how will I emotionally recover from a sweep? Because I have been through, Philadelphia 76ers fans, I will make the statement, have been through more than any other fan base
Whoa.
in the NBA, especially in the last 10 years. The amount of, like, insane stats that are just emotionally punishing. Like
Every
how,
sports fan believes this about their own team, by the way.
I know, but our star player has gotten sick for 4 out of the last 7, like, not injured, sick.
That's a bummer.
You know what I mean? For like the fact that we continually have to play the Boston Celtics, both of whom star players we had the ability to draft and didn't.
You could be a Knicks fan.
Okay, but the Knicks owner isn't literally in the Epstein files. Like there's just like so many things that it's just like this fan base. And then I realized
Rockets fan.
This is what being a Sixers fan is all about. Any of us could jump ship at any point, but we want the chaotic ride, baby. We want Kelly Oubre getting hit by a car 2 weeks after joining the team. Okay, we want Joel Embiid showing up. No, Kelly Oubre, please don't get hit by another car. But it's like I love you, Kelly Oubre, man. Your eyes are so beautiful. Tsunami Poppy, you're like literally my favorite guy. Please just stay off the bicycle in Center City for a little bit. What's Tim Cook's favorite soda pop?
Oh, yeah. Wait, wasn't this the second question?
This was the first question.
Oh.
I don't even know sodas.
Soda.
You know,
You're my soda pop.
Yeah, I feel like you'd know that intrinsically, Marquez. You love K-Bob Day and Hunters.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I name sodas. I don't know anything about sodas. Here we go. I thought of one.
who wants to read first?
I'll read mine.
Yeah.
Orange Crush. Yeah. That's a real soda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote Pepsi. Oh.
It is a Pepsi product, though.
Oh, really?
Because according to the Wall Street Journal, Tim Cook's favorite soda is Diet Mountain Dew. The least Tim Cook soda imaginable.
I didn't even
is-
know they made Diet Mountain Dew.
And of course, like Andrew is not here today.
That's crazy.
All right. Follow-up question. Where is Tim Cook from? This is a Tim Cook podcast today for obvious reasons.
My hint is that it is arguably the most hilarious city in America for a phone executive to be from.
Good hint.
Really?
Good hint.
I'm wrong. I can't even think of an answer for that.
I feel like that'd be Weed, California.
That would be pretty funny, but this specifically for a smartphone executive,
Yeah.
the way funnier.
Flip him and read. What do we got?
I don't know. Paris, Texas.
I wrote Dallas, Texas. Is it Houston?
No.
Oh.
So before I tell you how wrong you guys are, quick update on the score. Marquez with 21. Andrew with 22.
I'd like to stay at 21.
David in the lead with 26. The answer, Mobile, Alabama.
I thought I said it was the South and you guys said it wasn't.
No, you said the Midwest.
Oh.
What's the difference? Where's the bar?
How far south you
The
are?
bar is in both places, actually. Famously.
Alabama.
Mobile. Oh, I get it.
Mobile, like, because it's spelled mobile.
Mobile.
That's pretty funny.
Alabama.
That's good, right?
That's good.
Good hint.
Interesting.
Good hint from Ellis.
That's
Well,
it.
we learned 2 new things about Tim Cook. Maybe next time we'll learn some new things about John Ternus or even some other CEOs. Who knows? Could get really fun. Definitely stay tuned for your regularly scheduled programming and that bonus episode that Andrew is in exactly half of. And go watch the Oppo Find X9.
This is actually a technology jersey, too,
Okay.
Just got the threads in it or something.
because it's an AI jersey.
An AI.
Yeah, jersey.
No more puns, Ellis.
Is that Allen Iverson?
Allen Iverson, that's AI, baby. All right, we'll be right back. See you next week.
Wait. I just want real quick. Subscribe so you can turn us into one of the top podcasts in the world. Sorry. I had to do it.
I'm sorry.
Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Rowan. We are part of the Vox Media Podcast Network, and our intro-outro music is by Vane Sill. And go Sixers!
Let's go. Bingo.
Sick.
All right. Get on your plane, Marcus.
All right. Jesus.
Streetlight just announced the album will be out before June 12th.
Yeah, what about GTA 6?
I don't know about that.